Welcome to the $50 million Bezos-Sánchez wedding, where billionaires flaunt their midlife crisis, celebrities check their morals at the door, and the dress code is tacky. Venice has been overrun by private jets, super yachts, and enough ego to raise sea levels. It's a guess, by the way. Climate warriors flying first class. Activist celebs cozying up to a guy who treats his warehouse workers like crash test dummies. And the Kardashians who, to be fair, are the only ones staying on brand here. This isn't a wedding. It's a full-blown spectacle of wealth hoarding, hypocrisy, and foam party aesthetics. So, buckle up. We're unpacking the most cringe, tone-deaf, and aggressively tasteless event of the year. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We do 5 videos a week on everything going on in the world. And honestly, we roast billionaires a lot, so if that's something you're into, definitely hit that subscribe button. Some of the richest people on the planet were partying it up in Venice for Jeff Bezos' wedding to Lauren Sanchez. Yep, third richest man alive. Honestly, it's a very tacky event. Like Bezos and Lauren were snapped on the deck of his mega yacht, rolling around in foam like they at a frat party. Tragically, what we re-seen here is a textbook example of a midlife crisis which Jeff has been going through for a minute or two. All of this is happening while actual bombs are dropping just a few time zones away. We're all very tasteful. Subtlety is out. Flaunting is back. And nobody is doing it harder than Jeff and Lauren. Their Venice wedding is easily the most over-the-top elite love fest of the year, and obviously, it pretty quickly caused some drama. Protesters popped up, vowing to make Venice the city that didn't bend to oligarchs. The couple reportedly had to change their main reception venue, after activists threatened to flood the canals with inflatable crocodiles. Since their relationship blew up via tabloid scandal in 2019, Lauren Sanchez has become a full-blown obsession for the paparazzi and gossip mags. At this point, she's one of the most visible women on or off the planet. Naturally, that makes her a major fashion influencer. Whether we like that or agree with it or not, the guests are some of the world's most rich and famous. The Kardashians are there, and judging by some of these outfits, I guess the theme was definitely tacky. Or maybe it was just inspired by Lauren. I don't know. But I don't know. And look, I know I'm being mean, okay? I know I'm being mean, but any celebrity activist who went to this wedding should probably shut their mouth forever. Why anyone would choose to associate with the decaying shell of a human being that is Jeff Bezos is beyond me. Although let's be real, people love money, and Bezos has a lot of it. According to Oxfam, the richest 1% have raked in over $33.9 trillion in new wealth since 2015, enough to wipe out global poverty 22 times over. Jeff alone is sitting on a casual $231 billion. He sees the suffering, the poverty, the collapse, and he hoards his wealth for lavish weddings and whatever else he wants. But hey, forget the whole world. Let's just talk about Amazon. A Senate report found that Amazon warehouse workers are nearly twice as likely to get injured as those at other warehouses. Another study revealed that half of those workers were struggling to afford basic necessities, like food and a place to sleep. Meanwhile, Bezos earns more in 13 minutes than the average American will see in a lifetime. Of course, some defenders of this ugly-ass wedding will smugly point out that the couple asked for charity donations instead of wedding gifts. What a limp little PR band-aid slapped over a gaping moral wound. If these people actually even gave half a damn about anyone but themselves, they would pay their taxes, fund real solutions, stop launching ego rockets into space so they can pretend they're astronauts. It's embarrassing. Now let's talk about some of these guests now, shall we? AKA the Hypocrite Parade. One of the many bold-faced liars, bold-faced names jetting into Venice, is Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, the guy who has been banging on about climate change since the 90s and launched his own eco-foundation. Just last year, he slammed Trump, saying, "Climate change is killing the earth and ruining our economy. We need a bold step forward." Apparently that bold step includes hopping on a private jet to party with Jeff Bezos, a man whose carbon footprint has its own carbon footprint. Over 90 private jets touched down for the wedding, and the rest of the guests cruised in on their super yachts, because obviously... But hey, don't worry. Leonardo DiCaprio is a changed man. His current girlfriend is 27. He usually dumps them at 26, so he's totally changed. But yeah, maybe next time he's preaching about the environment from a private jet with an embarrassingly age-inappropriate woman, we could decide to listen to like I don't know anyone else. Also on the guest list, Eva Longoria. This one breaks my heart. I really love Desperate Housewives. I really do. She's previously called Trump's mass deportations inhumane and hard to watch. She even used to work with the Democrats. But sure, she's totally fine popping champagne with two people who smiled through his inauguration and wrote the checks to make it happen. Cheers. Oprah and Gayle King are also at the wedding. How the mighty fall. Once two women relied on for info and great book recommendations, now completely and utterly out of touch with reality. Gayle famously was on that very widely panned space flight with Lauren, Katy Perry, and others. She took a lot of heat for it, rightly so. But although Gayle is a really good interviewer, it seems that she's absolutely terrible at taking feedback. Personally, I will be taking my book recommendations from non-billionaires going forward. If anyone has any book recs, pop them in the comments. I like anything where people have magic powers. The Kardashians and Jenners are all there. Hey, at least they're not hypocrites. They've always loved money and showing it off. So, it comes as no surprise that this wedding is right up their alley. Like they're the only people on brand here. So the wedding is rumored to cost around $50 million. $50 million. Most people can't even afford eggs. Bezos and Sánchez made their grand entrance via helicopter coups. You know, you gotta throw in as many expensive modes of transport as you can.